Welcome to Vibe Querying with MCP, the show where we don't just query data, we vibe with it. I'm Jared, the one asking, how does it work?
And I'm Marie, the one asking, what does it mean for the business? And before we jump into today's show, we're going to do a quick explanation of the technologies we'll be talking about today.
Yeah, and it all starts with Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short. Model Context Protocol is a standard protocol designed to connect AI models to external data and external systems securely and efficiently. It's going to enable these AI systems to access real-time business data, tools, and workflows, and generally make life easier for business users, data engineers, developers, basically anyone working with AI and data.
And how we'll be using MCP with AI, and particularly Claude, in today's episode is using CData's MCP servers. And that's something that we have built and released in beta. You can find it on our site that connects your favorite enterprise systems to your AI client of choice so that all the benefits that you're familiar with and you love from using ChatGPT and other systems, you can now access with your own business data.
Yeah, and so that brings us to this concept of vibe querying. Vibe querying, like vibe coding, is a way to use natural language to interact with your systems through your AI clients. So what used to take intimate knowledge of data structures and data models, pre-built pipelines, familiarity with SQL, or other query languages, API expertise can now all be done with CData MCP servers and your favorite LLM.
And that's what we'll cover in today's episode, and what we've been covering in our vibe querying series is how do you do that approach, that vibe querying approach for folks that don't know SQL like myself, and get your business questions answered from your own data. So we jump into a functional area and see how this technology comes to life. And that's what we'll do in today's episode.
Yeah, so today's episode, Vibing for Project Management, is about analyzing project management data to identify areas in need of housekeeping, lagging tasks, and period-based reporting on the team. So we're going to be looking for answers from our actual live Asana data today.
Which I'm super excited about. Big fan of Asana, and I'm also a big fan of Luc LeBlanc, who's joining us today. He is our marketing project manager for CData and my favorite Canadian. So welcome to the show, Luc. Are you ready to vibe with us?
I'm ready to vibe with you guys. Thanks for inviting me.
Let's do it.
So I'll start by sharing my screen. Let's start at cdata.com/solutions/MCP. You can get here from the products tab at the top, but I'm just going to scroll down and we're going to go to all of the sources because it's too many to list on the front page. And we're just going to search for Asana, and I'm just going to download and install the Asana MCP server just to showcase what that experience is like. So quick install. Let's run it. Yes. Like any installer, you're just going to click next, agree to the terms, click through, and finish the installation. It's just installing some libraries on your machine locally so that you can have Claude Desktop interact with your live data, in this case, Asana. So it opens up the help file. It's there for us if we need it later. But the first step after finishing the installation is to configure the connection. I've already got a connection configured, so we're going to authenticate with OAuth. I've put in the workspace ID, which I identified earlier, which just helps to refine the connection and provide some better performance. I'll click connect. I should already be authenticated. If I weren't, it would open my browser, ask me to sign into Asana, which I would do, and then the process would complete. But at this point, now we are ready to start vibing with our data. So I'll open Claude. I think it takes it a minute. We're going to jump into our vibe querying project. And Luc, take it away. What do we want to talk about first?
Let's try and find out what are all the overdue tasks across my projects and who they're assigned to.
Okay, cool. So we did a little pre-show here. We're going to refine that down a little bit. I think the better your prompt, the better your performance and response is going to be. So we're going to focus on the 3 projects that you manage right now. So the Comms Hub, Marketing Editorial Calendar, and then our Foundations 2025 Asana project. Coming soon. Save the date. Marie, September 17th and 24th?
17th and 24th.
That's right.
It's a virtual event for the audience watching at home. And oh, yep, Claude's moving pretty fast today, but I think that I know I live in Asana every day as a manager in the marketing team, and I know a lot of other folks do. Luke is obviously the expert and power user in Asana. So I think that being able to analyze this really quickly through Claude is going to be life-changing.
Yeah. So while it's thinking, I'm going to do my how does it work thing. So our MCP servers, they start with an instructions tool, which just gives the LLM better information about how to use the server. And then because we have this tabular model that we present, that's what CData does as a business, presents a relational model of every data source, every API that we support. The LLM gets to interact with it as if it were a database. So it's going through and it's getting the list of tables, which are the endpoints that are available from Asana. So projects, tasks, users, things like that. And then it's using SQL to query those tables to get the information that it needs. It found the projects. It's getting the columns. Columns are representative of the fields for each entity. So it's looking at the columns for tasks, getting information about those, and then continuing to use that to build queries. And so now we've got this complex query. Oh, this is funny. So for previous ones, we wanted to mask live customer data. So it's going to obfuscate probably CData as something else again, which is funny. Yeah. So Luke, what are you hoping to get out of this?
Yeah, this is a good query because it'll help me identify any bottlenecks that are happening and also follow up with team members that maybe are lagging in product updates, subtasks that haven't been created. And it also is a good way to clean up, sort of like a housekeeping thing, to clean up tasks that that are just sort of stragglers out there that have been around for a couple of years that we can delete easily.
Cool. Yeah, that's funny. There we go. Skylink instead of CData.
I feel like we should do a company rename.
We should. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh man. Dude,
oh man.
You guys got called
How
out.
embarrassing. Yeah. All right, so I'll start at the top. Luke, anything jumping out?
You mean aside from you and Marie? No,
Yeah,
everything else looks great. There's a couple of unassigned things, so I would go back and I would check those and to make sure that who they should be assigned to or if they're still relevant.
Okay, cool.
That's great. And how would you do this without Claude, Luke?
It's a manual process. It's opening up each project and going back and just making sure that there's a way to do it, but it's a lot of grunt work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, so anything in here, Luke, that you think we can delete? I mean,
probably some of those older tasks, Jared, that that were unassigned, like that multiple the video perhaps from 2022, the art video as well.
Yeah, let's see if Claude can delete these. If they're that old, they must not be that important. They probably got shifted off.
That is correct.
So let's see what it does here. 3 video tasks. Oh, there's a finance and ARC banking. Nice, look at that.
Okay.
Oh,
gosh, way to go, Claude.
Didn't need those. Did not need those.
Yeah, there we go. So I assume that it got deleted. So it deleted, grabbed by the ID. So it's using the information that it had queried previously. And I mean, it got a positive response back from Asana. So we could open Asana and confirm that they're deleted. But I think maybe it's not a good time for another question.
Yeah, sort of like building on this one. So looking at a specifically at overdue tasks for any of those projects, are there any unassigned tasks or subtasks?
Okay, yeah. Which project do you want to look at?
Let's do the marketing editorial calendar.
Okay. Can type like 100 words a minute when no one is watching, and I get like 2 words a minute as soon as I'm being recorded.
Right. You're doing great, Jared.
All right. So running a query, pretty complex. Yeah, it's doing a join. I think this might take a while. We'll see how it goes. Oh, just kidding. Man, never underestimate Claude. So one of the cool things that we regularly see is I think Claude will assume a column name or a function name, and then we report on that. So the MCP server reports back to Claude that it's made a mistake, and Claude regularly self-corrects in that regard, which is pretty useful. So.
And I think while this is running, Jared, you touched on in your first explanation how seeded MCP servers treat every source like a database in a tabular format. And that's why you see us using the tools that we're using in this specific call, even though most of us wouldn't think of Asana as having, columns and running queries and things like that. But I think one of the unique things about how CData has created this based on that capability, the connectivity capability, is that these tools are general purpose. And from our own experience and from our own experimentation, we have found that general purpose tools like these really let Claude do anything within a source system, as opposed to MCP servers that create specific tools for specific things. Instead of like having a get task or a delete task tool, we have this get columns and these read write capabilities that really give it a lot more flexibility to do kind of anything that you're looking for it to do outside of a predefined box. And so, that is just, a further explanation on kind of why this vibe querying idea works well with CData MCP servers and what it can do when Claude is moving fast enough.
Yeah. Well, I think my guess is that this is not Claude. This is probably Asana, because this is a pretty gnarly query. We're joining 3 different entities here. So users, tasks, and subtasks with some pretty robust filtering. So,
yeah. Lots of data filling.
Yeah, we're making Asana's servers earn our subscription prices at this point. Yeah, so just to double back to what you were saying about the tool set, research is showing that the larger a tool set an MCP server has, the more frequently an LLM client will hallucinate as to which tool it should use, based on the tool definitions and the list of tools that are available. So we just kind of naturally get around that because we make everything look like a database. So at the end of the day, Claude knows that it's looking at Asana data, but it doesn't know that it's talking specifically to Asana. As far as it's concerned, it's talking to a database. And that tabular model lets us have that really limited tool set that's extremely flexible, like Marie said.
Yeah. And sometimes Claude likes to think about it for a long time with Asana.
Yep.
I'm hoping that doesn't mean that there's a lot of overdue tasks and a lot of people that don't have tasks or subtasks assigned to them.
Jared, I think our names are going to be all
right. So it looks like Claude has finally done some stuff. So giving us an analysis of the overdue tasks, a bunch of unassigned tasks, all of these holidays. So maybe some more cleanup to do.
Yep.
There, Luke. And then there's critical tasks with many subtasks. So Forrester report. 20 subtasks, all unassigned and incomplete. It's not a good look for a project manager, Luke.
in the tables.
Yeah.
There's Jared again.
There I am. Oh, and Marie's in there too, and you're in there.
What?
There you go. Okay.
Look at that. We're throwing ourselves under the bus here. It's perfect. Okay. Nice. Look at these. I like the immediate action required. I'll go back up. Anything here? We got to figure out what these.
I would either go and complete those or delete them, the holiday ones. So another great example for cleanup.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and you could use Claude to do it. Should you so choose?
Yeah. Maybe we can try that if we don't have any other good follow-up questions to this. So, yep. Let's look at this one. So, Rags to Riches Part 2. I know I wrote it. Marie,
Yeah, what
I feel like
happened?
you've reviewed it. Did you just not check it off?
Definitely not.
Huh.
Well,
Classic.
there's a final review that probably hasn't been done, which is causing overdue on the other tasks. So
Yeah.
so I would get with that person and make sure that he or she has that final review done, and then those overdues would go away. We would switch the dates.
Yeah, that makes sense. But easy to like, it's an easy interface to identify these as opposed to having to go into Asana, click the filters, change the sorting. Now, have you changed the view for the project for every other user, or are your filters private? And it was all done with like just some basic conversational English.
Yeah, it alleviates the problem of going in and clicking on individual tasks to see if everything's been assigned for subtasks and overall task ownership.
Yeah.
I have a rogue question.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Claude and Jared. I'm curious if Claude could give us the link to these tasks according to owner. So then in theory, Luke could just say, hey, Jared, here's, or Marie, more likely Marie, here's your list of overdue tasks. And here's the link to them in Asana. Go clean them up.
She just said links. Is that part of the the main task link? Oh, do we trust this? Am I signed into Asana?
I don't know. So many unknown questions. This is the excitement of Vibe Green. Does it work?
You're about to be navigated. I'm not. How do I sign into this platform again? Is it
right?
It is a password.
There you go.
There it is.
There it is. That's awesome. Yeah. So you could.
That's a great question, Murray.
So I'm curious, not that I've got it hooked up, because I think this would be abject failure if I tried, but like if I had a Teams MCP server set up right now,
ooh,
could I send a message to myself?
We'll have a part 2 to this episode.
Yeah. Like a full like workflow.
Yeah.
Claude is your workflow assistant. Good question, Marie.
Thank you. All right, we can get back on track with our break scheduled programming.
What else, Luke? How about list the tasks that are assigned to me for this week, organized by priority and due date.
All right. All right, let's do this. And then I've got some extra instructions in here just to help Claude out with the way that the Asana API, I assume, works. I don't think it's real happy when you try to combine data across the server. So we'll just handle it in memory. And then we'll let Luke throw himself under the bus.
Yeah, I'm afraid of this one.
This is also an excellent question for status reporting, which I know everyone on this call, and I'm sure our viewers of this episode have to do a fair amount of status reporting in their jobs. So having Claude be able to look at what was assigned to you and what you did in a given week out of Asana, I think would be pretty awesome. So let's see what Claude comes back with.
Yeah. So, and it's one of those, it could be a forcing function, right? Like if you have some hesitant adopters of Asana for project management, task management, if you can show them that you can easily build your status report every week or every 2 weeks just by asking Claude for it, then it might force people to be in Asana and use it if they know that they can get their report pretty easily out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And making sure that they don't have anything that's overdue.
Yeah. This subtask table, man.
There probably are a lot of subtasks, to be fair, to Claude and Asana.
I wonder if
we only asked it for a week too, right?
Yeah. This is, I'm being impatient. For subtasks, query by task ID if possible. Better prompts get you better answers and better performance. It is.
And quicker.
Let's do some refined vibing. Now it's going to be, oh, there we go. Let's see, does it do it? No, it didn't. Man, it's still, there's got to be, we got to be able to say parent task ID. Come on, Claude, failing me. Filter by. Instead of date after retrieving. So this goes back, I think, Marie, to our episode with Jacqueline, our mini episode, where as you work with the system, you can get a better idea of the data model, what the backend system is capable of. And then inform Claude how to better work with that system with, a data model or some specific instructions to help improve the performance and capabilities of your work bestie.
Absolutely.
All right, so is it going to get the ID from the tasks? Yes. All right. Can we filter? It's still not filtering by parent task ID. All right, well, wait.
Should we have elevator music for this part?
I know, right? Play the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack.
You could. Luke is like, is this what they do on the show?
It is.
I love the vibe querying intro, though. That music.
Yeah, that's all. Afrin found that.
That is awesome.
Love a good jazz sax,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got like a track. There is like an extended track that, because you know how, like, I don't know if you, I mean, I know I regularly just put our YouTube playlist on in the background in my daily life.
Yeah.
And there's that like kind of techno-y background music that plays in a lot of the demo videos, so that, timeout.
Love it.
Maybe this just becomes tasks. Because it definitely just timed out. So
tasks to be easier.
But Afrin has like an extended version of that track that like we could use to just sit behind. Actually, I should give that to Jen, because she maybe could throw that behind the TikToks.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Like a low volume, just over and Stan chatting. All right, let's just do tasks. List the tasks assigned to me, organized by priority. Do not do not retrieve subtasks.
I may not have it.
That'd be funny. Well, there's something, because it's thinking about something. There's probably a world in which I get like the task ID and just ask it to go through it. Now it's going off the rails. Yeah, there's the other timeout. There we go. All right. So after some refinement of querying, we've got all of your overdue tasks here.
All right. I better get on it. This is great.
Yeah, there you go.
This is a great query to run at the beginning of the week to make sure that you're on track.
This week's schedule.
Yeah, there we go. Today, Thursday. Yeah. 19 days overdue.
Come
on, Luke.
Okay, I have another.
You got another one?
I have another question, but I promise it won't break Asana. So what if we just asked it to re-summarize this into a status report that can be shared with let's just say my manager?
Your findings in a status report that could be like the findings
like
just
this,
for Luke or for the whole chat session?
Nope, just this last one. So if like Luke had to write, a weekly status report on kind of what he's accomplished or what he's planning and have to share it with his manager or with his team.
Summarize your findings for my tasks in a status report that I could deliver to my manager and team.
Yep.
Let's say, is it going to build an artifact? Because that's the best.
Oh, yes. Here we go. Yay.
Little markdown file that you can copy and paste into Word.
Oh, day by day summary. Support needed? Damn, Claude, that was good.
Nice. Highest priority, medium priority.
Resource requirements and blockers, action plan. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Next update. It's already planning ahead.
Wow. Claude can see into the future, I think is the conclusion.
Yeah. Yep, I think so.
I like it.
We can tag on to this, and this next question would be to create a summary of completed milestones and upcoming deadlines for the editorial calendar for this month.
Ooh. Yeah, there we go. So like you're going to share with your manager, well, here's where I'm failing right now with all my overdue tasks.
Yeah.
But here's all the cool things that we've done this month.
It's all about the positioning,
That's right. It's like the sandwich, right? You sandwich the bad between two goods.
Yeah. Valid. I feel like we really pushed Claude and Asana to its max on this episode.
I think so. Nope. Identifying team members. Oh, another artifact.
I love that.
Nice.
There you go. Wow, this is great.
Email campaigns, web content, webinars.
3 webinars, an award, video content, the last vibe querying drop.
Oh, look. Vibe querying content drop. That's us.
Us. It's pretty spiffy. And I bet you could also architect a query so that for the published items, it includes a link.
Oh, probably. Yeah, like have it dig into the description to find a live link.
Yeah, which would be very cool.
Because we do provide those, yes.
Yeah. That's cool. And then, like whenever it creates an artifact, it also gives you like a little summary of the artifact. So.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
I love it that it gives you potential action items as well, that it found that there was 3 unassigned tasks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Claude is a consistent overachiever from our experience.
True. You're absolutely right.
All right, Luke, I think that is a wrap on this episode of Vibe Querying with MCP. Thank you so much for joining us today. I think it was really interesting. I think there is lots of opportunity for some efficiency and some time back in our lives using the Asana MCP server.
I agree. I think this was really enlightening and definitely a lot more. We've just scraped the surface.
Yeah. And as always, we want to say thanks to you, our audience, for taking time out of your busy day to watch us. If you want to see what your data is saying, you can hit up the free MCP server betas at cdata.com/solutions/MCP and keep an eye out for upcoming releases. We've got installers for Mac OS coming out within the next couple of weeks, and then a remote MCP server for Connect Cloud coming very soon as well.
Yeah, definitely will be game changing. So keep an eye out for those, and you can also come hang with us in our Vibe querying subreddit or in the CData community, so you can talk about queries, insights, and all the things you want to know about your data.
Yeah, so until next time, stay curious and keep vibing.